Salutations, everybody. How are you doing today? Have you ever had a story read to you when you go to sleep at night? Sometimes listening to stories right before you fall asleep helps you relax. We're going to read a book about a little bunny who does something that helps him relax, and then he can fall asleep better. It's a very famous book in pre-K. It's called Goodnight Moon. Have you heard of Goodnight Moon before? The author is Margaret Wise Brown. She's the lady that wrote the words and thought up this story. The illustrations were drawn by Clement Hurd. Let's look through this book together and see what this little bunny does to help him relax. Are you ready? It says, in the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of, well, I see one picture here, and I see another picture here, and there's the little bunny. Do you see him in his bed? He's getting ready to go to sleep. It says there was a picture of a cow jumping over the moon, and a picture of three little bears sitting in chairs. So the author is describing things that the little bunny sees in his room. It says there were two little kittens and a pair of mittens. Let's look for the kittens. Do you see two little kittens anywhere? There they are. And do you see the two pair of mittens hanging up to dry? So Bunny is in his bed and he's looking around and he's noticing things in his room. Okay. It says there's a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush and a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. Do you see her? It's a bunny lady. She's in a rocking chair. She must be the grown-up that's helping to put the little bunny to sleep. Good night, room. Oh, look at all the things to look at in that illustration. So Bunny is trying to rest. He's looking around the room. And it says it's an old lady, so it might be his grandma, maybe his mom, or somebody that cares about him. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Remember, there was a picture in that room of a cow jumping over the moon. So what I think's happening is the little bunny is saying good night to everything he sees. Good night, light. Good night, red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Do you see the bunny looking up at the picture of the bears and the chairs? He's saying good night to all the things in his room. Good night, kittens. Good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. Good night, socks. Ooh, it says clocks. That means at least two clocks. Let's see if we can find them. Let's see. Oh, there's one clock on top of the fireplace. And there's another clock on the nightstand next to Bunny's bed. Good night, little house. Good night, mouse. Did you see a little house or a mouse in that picture? Let's look at it closer. Ooh, did you notice the room is getting dark and you can't see the moon? The moon's been moving because time is going by. Well, on this page, I can't see the little house. But if I go back to the other page where you could see the whole room, no, I can't see it there either. No. The first picture, and the very first picture, there's the little house. Now, where's that mouse? Do you see him anywhere? There he is. So many things to see in this picture. You really have to pay attention or you'll miss it. I missed that house the first time. Good night comb, good night brush. Do you see how his room is getting darker? The moon is going down and the fireplace as well is getting smaller. That means time's going by. Little Bunny is noticing all the things in his room. It says, good night, nobody. Nothing is there. Good night, mush. Mush is sort of like oatmeal. It's kind of a squishy cereal. It says, good night to the old lady who was whispering, hush. That means quiet. Look, the little kittens are right there by the lady. And way over here is the bunny. Looks like he's finally quiet and resting. And wait a minute, where's that little mouse? Do you see him? Is he trying to eat the mush? Wow, there's so much to see in this book. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. Look, there's a light on in the little house. The old lady is gone. The cats are in the chair. And if you look here, you'll see the mouse up on the window ledge. And way over here, I see the bunny, and he's gone to sleep. That book is called Goodnight Moon, and it's a great story to read before you go to sleep. Bye, my pre-K friends.